Okay, let's get started. Um, Welcome everyone to the rainy Friday edition of 15 Minutes of Positivity. If you're new to this, welcome. We meet every day, Monday through Friday, just for literally 15 minutes to practice behaviors that we know from certainly, our experience in the clinic working with mental health patients that at the end of the day, no matter what medicines we use or what clinical interventions we can put on the table, at the end of the day, it's up to each of us to really try to cultivate and practice these foundational skills like mindfulness, like attention training. Yesterday we did gratitude. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to name today's session, but it's personally quite relevant. Last night, my got news that my fiance's ex-husband passed, and still pretty young guy. So this is the mother of her children. So you can imagine our household is pretty, uh, yeah, it's pretty confused and shocked, and all of the emotions of grief are running through the household, and it just made this point even more poignant. This notion of the last time. Of course, lots of conversations, lots of stories being shared, and observing all of this going on. I'm just really struck by this sense that we just never know when the last time is the last time for be they positive or negative experiences. And it reminds me that I'm also noticing the way memory works. We don't remember things the way they actually were. We remember things the way we are now. So, our whole neurobiology is oriented towards this. Last a few sessions ago, I talked about this neurobiological feature called controlled hallucinations, which is how some neuroscientists describe how the brain actually processes, memories or current experiences. Meaning that we have these blind spots, the way data comes into our organism and the way the brain processes it oftentimes has as much to do with just what's going on for us now, in contrast to the actual data that's coming in. So there's projections or there's confabulations that happen, and of course, the same holds true for memories. So how we remember certain people or situations are actually quite malleable. And so I wanted to go and explore that a little bit today, and just to put into perspective this sense of time. It's that there's I think a lot of us have this illusion of time just being this available resource that will be there tomorrow, and the truth is, in moments like these, you realize that's just not true. So there does come a last time for everything. There is a last time we'll cancel a coffee date with a friend, that we hear a song that we love while we're strolling through the mall. The last time we'll eat a meal that was slightly overcooked, and we kind of complain about having overcooked it once again. Last time you'll hug your child. One that really stands out for me is I can't remember the last time I changed my kids' diapers, and there's something about that that just feels very sort of, yeah, profound. Like I literally can't remember it, but I do remember the experiences of being up at 3 in the morning and being exhausted and kind of feeling, gosh, this whole diaper changing business is a bit of a hassle. And now I'd give anything to be able to go back there and have that experience again, knowing that was actually happening. Or listening to a friend complaining about their spouse, or laughing at an inappropriate joke. Last time we'll notice the pain in a part of our body as we go for a walk, and the list just frankly goes on. And so I wanted to maybe drop into a space and spend a few minutes today practicing connecting with increasing our awareness about some of these last times that we've experienced in our lives, and maybe help us be more present as we go through the rest of today and this weekend, to remember that there could be many last times that we are literally experiencing in that moment. So let's go ahead, close our eyes, and as always, just starting with grounding in the present moment. So noticing your body in contact with the chair, the ground, noticing the body breathing, and inviting some stillness. Whatever's happened today is done. Whatever is coming our way has yet to occur. So really, we're just left with the simplicity of right here, right now. We're all just sharing this moment. Just seeing the body breathing, and then bringing to mind a recent interaction that you've had with someone that maybe felt a little bit unpleasant. Maybe it was an argument or some kind of a disagreement. See if you can drop back into that space. Where were you? What words were being exchanged, if any? Maybe you were feeling angry or irritated, frustrated. And then inviting in this notion that what if what if that was the last time that you would interact with this person? I'm not suggesting that you should have done anything differently than you did, but it's really just inviting in some kind of retrospective, looking at that exchange from a different angle. And if you knew that this was your last interaction with this person, how might you behave differently? Would the tone of your voice soften, be less judgmental, more forgiving? And you can actually flip through a bit of a Rolodex of people in your life. Just sort of take a high level inventory of people you care about, people you interact with, be it at work or elsewhere. Noticing the role that they've played in your life for better or for worse, some way, shape, or form that they have shaped you. They've contributed to you being who you are. And again, what would it be like if you knew the last time you saw them was, in fact, the last time you'll ever see them? and maybe switching gears to the mundane tasks at home, cleaning, emptying the dishwasher, looking at the pile of plates in the sink, things that we have this tendency to just feel annoyed by. And again, imagine if it was the last time that you got to look at this pile of dirty dishes in the sink in that home, or that maybe those dirty dishes were left there by someone that you're never going to see again or get to interact with. Maybe in your mind's eye, sort of looking around your home, looking at the objects that you've accumulated throughout your life, what they mean to you, imagining if you knew when the last time was that you got to see them, you got to touch them or interact with them, and imagine going on a hike or a walk. Maybe you're more athletic and you really like working out, and imagining those moments where you think to yourself, oh, I don't want to do this. I'm too tired to get outside or go for a walk, or I don't want to sweat. And imagining if you knew that that was the last time you got to do that, how might your enthusiasm or your attitude towards doing that change? So the intention behind this meditation is not to be morbid or heavy. If anything, I think it's really intended to highlight the specialness of what are oftentimes considered things that we just take for granted, be they people, be they things, foods, just our life experience as it is. And I hope that this meditation contributes to making things a little more special for the rest of the day and this weekend. Just take a deep breath in, exhale through your mouth all the way, and then hold that exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and deep inhale. Exhale all the way. And again, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and open your eyes. Just let your body breathe on its own. Yeah, and just noticing if there's how it feels to be in your body now. And anyway, hope this was a useful meditation. Wishing you all an awesome weekend. Hope to see you on Monday.